Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Michaela. I'm the owner of Cozy Crafts by Michaela. I decided to just start this YouTube channel. I am branching out in my crochet business, and I'm starting to do markets. I have already done one 2 weeks ago, and I want to talk about it. In my YouTube channel, I will be showing market prep videos. I will be going over what it's like to be a small business owner and just trying new patterns and getting to know the community. I want to start by going over my market. 2 weeks ago, I had a tiny market for my hometown. Not my hometown, sorry. My husband's hometown, which is where we currently live. It's Beaver Days. It's very small town of like 300 people. So I really wasn't expecting much. The booth fee was $20. The night before we were supposed to do our market, there was a massive storm, like 90-mile-an-hour winds. It broke down power poles. We had no power. So I thought it was going to get canceled. Well, they continued on with Beaver Days. There was originally supposed to be 15 vendors. A lot of them were inside, and I was outside. I decided to be outside. I figured it would be better for me because that's where everybody's going to be at. That's where all the activities were at. There were supposed to be so many activities. There was supposed to be a softball tournament. There was a rib cook-off. There was blow up slides for the kids. There was cornhole tournament, just all the things. Well, there ended up not being a softball tournament, so that was a huge loss in like how many people are going to be there. On top of that, everybody's cleaning up from the storms. There were so many branches down, etc. Since there was no power, the people that were inside ended up all leaving. They had the option to come outside, but a lot of them had products that like couldn't withstand the heat. So they ended up not staying. I think there was a total of 4 of us that ended up staying out of the 15. So I really didn't have too many high hopes, especially after all of that. I was like, hopefully I just make back my booth fee. Like at that point, that's all I want. I also was there from 9 to 5. It was a long day and it was hot, very hot. So anyways, going into what I brought 169 stuffies or crocheted things. I'll go over kind of what I made. And that was a total amount of $1,709. I did do a lot of low priced items and not very many high priced items just because I knew in my small town, like that's not what they would go for. In my next market, it's a bigger market. I'm planning on doing some bigger items. But anyways, I made chubby axolotls, which I will show you guys everything later on in the video. So I'm just going to kind of go over what we have here. So we had chubby axolotls. I had 6 of those and I sold 0. We had mini octos. I had 9 of those. I sold, I think I sold 1. We had mini bees. Brought 5. I sold 0. Mini chickens. I brought 6. I sold 1. Randoms that I just was like testing a pattern. They were like little tiny patterns. I did 6 of them and I sold 2. Bookmarks. I made 10. I sold 1. Scrunchies, I had 20 and I sold 6. Mini stingrays, I made 5 and I sold 0. Chubby frogs, I made 5 and I sold 0. Mini elephant, I made 5, I sold 0. Random little dino, I had 1 and I sold 0. This random cat that I made, that again, just randoms that I didn't make more of because I didn't really like the pattern. I made one and I sold that one. I had 5 sunflowers, 2 lavender flowers, and I sold 0. I had leggy frogs and I made 6 and I sold 1. I had wrist keychains. I made 4 and I sold 0. Bigger octos, I had 5 and I sold 0. Lanyard, I had 2 and I sold 0. Long neck dinos, I had made 2 and I sold 0. Mini triceratops, I made 3 and I sold 0. Mini axolotls, made 2, sold 0. Mini dragons, I made 1 and I sold 0. A ladybug, I made 2 and sold 0. Mama chickens, I made 6 and I sold 0. But I did later on get a order for one of the mama chicks or one of the mama chickens and then 2 baby chickens. So I'm gonna have to update that. A mini beaver, I made 1, I sold 0. Thought these were going to be a hit because it's beaver days, but they weren't. Mushy boy, I made 1, I sold 0. Bunny, made 1, sold 0. A baby axolotl, or I'm sorry, it was a bobble axolotl, not a baby. I made 1 and I sold that one. A small cow, I made 2 and I sold 0. A small pig, I made 2, I sold 0. I think these would have sold better if I used different yarn. I use Bernat velvet yarn and they're adorable, but you just can't get a big bang for if they're not a big bang for your buck. You need to use bigger yarn so that you can charge more. Chubby cow, I made 1 and I sold that one. It was so cute. I'm going to have to make some more of those. Small turtles, I made 2, sold 0. Chubby beaver, which was just a bigger beaver pattern, I sold 1, or I'm sorry, I made 1 and I sold 0. Cups, I made 13 and I sold 0. These are my only non-crochet item that I bring to my market. Tank the turtle, I made 3 and I sold 0. They did get a lot of attention though, so I'm hoping at my next market it'll be better. This one was not good. Jumbo chicken. I have a huge jumbo chicken it's not huge. It's probably like your maple pattern chicken size. I made 1 of those and I did not sell it. I had a bigger dragon. I made 1 and I did not sell him either. There was a kid that wanted him and was going back and forth between that and I can't remember what he ended up getting. I think he ended up getting my whale. So I think he ended up getting my whale. So I think I'm going to do another one of those whales. They're really cute. They really didn't take that long. And it got a lot of attention. So dino, I had another dino. I had made 1. I did not sell it. Axolotls. I had 5 axolotls that were adorable and none of them sold. I made a strawberry pillow and that one sold. I made a stingray. That one did not sell. I made that one whale and that one sold. I made a big fat pig. Did not sell. I made a hippo. Did not sell. I made 2 sleepy goose, which got a ton of attention, but they didn't sell. I made a standing beaver, which is absolutely adorable, and I made 1 and I sold that one, and then I got ordered for 2 more of them. They are not my favorite thing to make. Let me just put it that way. But I am almost done with those custom orders and I will get them shipped out at the end of the week. I made a ballerina bunny. I made 1 and that did not sell, and I made a mermaid and I made 1 of those and she also did not sell. So out of all of that, in total, I made $159 and minus my booth fee, which was $20, and then I did have some square fees for $1.43 also to take out of that. So here's the total up here. in total, I used Venmo, Square, and Cash. I had $49 worth of sales on Venmo, 45 on Square, and Cash was 65. And again, I do have another market coming up. It's September 6th, so we're about 2.5 weeks out. I do have a lot of things that I want to do differently. I also have a bigger booth. So I'm going to show my booth from 2 weeks ago. I'll show a clip of that. And then now this one's indoors. I have a 10 by 10 booth. The lady, so the Beaver Days one was just not set up very well. The booth fee was $20, but they charged you per table. So I could only use one table, but then other people were using different. It was kind of messed up. So I did not get to utilize all the space that I had, because really I had a 10 by 10 there as well, but I couldn't use it, but I could have because everybody else was. It was my first market. So I mean, I made some money and I made my booth feedback, and it was good practice. It was a very good practice round. Make sure all of my stuff worked, like Square, because I have not used Square before, so that was nice. So this time it's going to be different. I am for sure I'm running through ideas in my head, but for sure I'm going to have 2 tables, and then I want to get a grid wall, because I also want to add loveys. My loveys in general sell very, very well, but I did not bring or take any to the market, my last one. So I do want to make some of those for sure, and I will go over that after I kind of get through what I want to make. It's difficult. It's hard to guess what people are going to want. It is September, so maybe people are going to be wanting to start preparing for Christmas, I'm hoping. And that's kind of what I'm banking on. Okay, so I made my very unrealistic goal for my 2.5 weeks that I have to make plushies. I have dreams, man. I have very big dreams. So let's start off with the orders that I have to complete. So I have an astronaut. I'm almost done with it. A rocket. I haven't started it. 2 beavers. I'm done with 1, and I have all the parts to the second one. I just need to do the body and the head. I have all the parts. I have a Della duck, which I'm done with. It's just waiting to be picked up. Yay. A mama chicken, done with, waiting to be picked up. Yay. A baby chicken, done with, waiting to be picked up. Yay. Hold on. I'll get them so you can see them. Okay. So a little sneak peek into my this week's bakes, because this is getting picked up today. So I just want to show you how cute and adorable. So we have one Della duck, a purple cute headband. It's so adorable. I love these so much. They're so cute. So we have one of these. And then we have the mama chicken, which is just like the medium-sized chicken, but these seem to sell better for me. And then we have 2 cute baby chicks to match the mama chick. So cute. So all those are going to their new home today. A little fuzzy. And then, like I said, the other orders, those are must-haves. I have to have them all done really probably realistically this week. So fun. We're just gonna do a happy little check mark on these 3 though, because they're done. Now, on to my wish list. I'm gonna be realistic here because I do have some like whips that I've already started. One being Winnie the Dragon. I started making that, and I was making it for my son. But I don't think anybody's actually going to buy it, so I'm going to bring it just as like an attention bringing in, because I'd probably sell that for like $75, $80, and I just can't see anybody like spending that at like the vendor show. I could be wrong. My son might be really mad at me if it does sell, but I'll just make him another one. So I have Winnie the Dragon. I have a horse that I have almost done. I just need to finish it as well. So that's on my list. What other one? I have a Pikachu that I started again for my son, but I'm going to take it to the market because I have a long time till Christmas. So that's fine. And then let's see. I also have a Dino Lovey that I started, and then I could not find, for the life of me, the color of the body for the arms. And I was just going through all of my yarn the other day and I found it. So yay, now we can finish that one. Starting with my Lovey wish list, I for sure want to do at least 2 Della Ducks. And I also want to do 2 cow loveys. I'm using the pattern by Mama Made Minis. The rest of these lovey wish list that I have going are also Mama Made minis. And then we have, where's it at? The fawn. I want to make the fawn because, we are almost hitting deer season. There's another sleepy deer lovey pattern that I saw, or not that I saw, that I have bought. I can't remember who has it. I will link it down below. And then let's see. There's so many. There's a rabbit. We want to at least do one rabbit, one panda, an elephant maybe. The lamb would be cute. One unicorn lovey. Everybody loves unicorns. They're like such a hit right now. There's a hippo, monkey, fox, and toad that I'd also like to do, but I'm trying to be realistic here and I really don't have that much time. So for sure, I want to finish the Dino Lovey because like I said, it's almost done. I just have to add the arms and the spikes on the back of it, and that one's done. So I am going to make that one. And then I am going to do at least 2 Della Ducks, the cow lovey, and probably the rabbit. The others are kind of wish list. So the lamb, hippo, monkey, fox, toad. The toad would be so cute. Anyway, those are wish lists. The next list I have are my No Sew mini amigurumi by Jenna. I have a list of those that I would like to do. I have one Brontosaurus. I would like to do one more Brontosaurus because I kind of did that Brontosaurus a little wild, so I want to do more of like a neutral color. I like to do 2 more dragons for sure. I would also like to do the jellyfish and the giraffe for sure. So those are my 3: dragon, giraffe, jellyfish. 3 for sure that I want to at least try and get. Not try. Those are my I want to do. Okay. And then I have Instagram free patterns that I have. I would really love to do the napping kitty and napping puppy. I want to do one of each. And then there's a itty bitty unicorn. I think that'd be a good small one to do. The baby turtles I sold out. They were in like my random bin. And that was like the first thing to go, and I was surprised because I wasn't like a huge fan of them myself, but the kids love them. And then I would also like to do the chubby little cow because that one was probably one of the first things to sell at my market um in Beaver. So I want to do that. Also, I would love to try the sweater teddy. They are pretty cute. And then my other one is the classic bunny. I'd love to do that because I already have a ballerina bunny, and the classic little bunny has like a little ballerina tutu, but she's super skinny and littler. So I would like to do her as well. And then Clara the cat. Like I said, these are all Clara the cat is a wish list. My main goal, honestly, is to do the loveys because I want to do that grid wall so bad. And those loveys would just be perfect on the grid wall. So that's really what I want to focus on is my loveys first, and then some of these others. So the rocket that I'm making for my custom order, I actually want to make one. So they wanted the rocket in like to be like a collector's, but I think it would be absolutely adorable in a thicker weighted yarn, and it would be a lot easier on my hands to make. So obviously I'm making the one how they want it, but I also want to do a rocket for my market because it's geared towards, I mean, it could be geared towards girl or boy, but I don't have a lot of things that are like super boyish. So I want to do that. Oh, you know what? Another one I want to do is the whale on YouTube. So I have that one as well as whale. And then another one I forgot. So I have 4 turtles that I already started. They're pretty large. And that one was also on YouTube that I found. So I want to finish those as well. Oh, and I bought the so my paid patterns were this rocket. The Wednesday Adams. I want to make her so bad. There is this No So Cat, but I'm not. That's if I have time. I would really like to do the Triceratops pattern that I have. It's a big like stuffed animal Triceratops. So that's my goal. That's a lot. That is a lot. Let's count. 1 second, guys. Like I said, I'm a little over ambitious here. That's like 45 plushies, and I have 2.5 weeks. So, I'm gonna have to narrow down my list a little more. But like I said, I want to start with my loveys. So that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna bust out as many as we can of them. I also work full time. So this is going to be interesting. Luckily, we have 4 kids as well, and they all decided that they didn't want to do any sports like until basketball season. So the boys want to my son wants to do basketball, and my youngest daughter wants to do basketball this year. So we'll have 2 in basketball, but those are only like on Sundays. I mean, they have practice during the week, but they have practice 2 days a week, and then Sundays is when they have their games. And then the oldest wants to, or he's a big baseball kid, so he does baseball in the summer. But so I have a lot more free time this year than I ever have because normally they're all in everything and volleyball, basketball, football. Well, they didn't do football. They started football and then quit because they didn't like it. So we're normally really, really busy. Oh, and track. So they'll do track, but that's not as chaotic as the others. But anyways, so I have a lot extra time on my hands, kind of, and much time as you can have working full time and having 4 kids. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna get started. I think I'm gonna start on this Dino Lovey since it's almost done. I just kind of want to pop it out. Obviously, I'm still working on my orders as well, but I kind of need a break from that. So I think I'm gonna just finish the Lovey so I can have like a instant gratification because there's really not much left to that. So I will show you what I get done at the end of the week. Wish me luck. Good morning. So today is Wednesday, and last night I got this guy done. Beaver. It's one of the orders that I got for Beaver Days. I only had one of these guys on my table. So I had 2 orders of these. I got this one done. I started the other one. I got the arms done, this thing done, this done, and I'm started on the legs. I'm like up to here. So not very far. But I did get this guy done. I also got my dino done, which I'll show you at the end of the week. This guy's getting picked up today, so I just wanted to show you before he's headed off to his new home. Today I have a busy day. I have to work for a couple hours, and then I have to take my daughter to the dentist and run some errands. Her dentist is like an hour away, so we live in the middle of like nowhere, so it's in the big town. So I am going to run some errands while I'm there, take some stuff back that I ordered off of Amazon. And my goal today is to finish my cow Stuffy. I'm going to try and do that while my daughter is in her dentist appointment. And then I would like to start on some Della Ducks. So I can I want to get 2 of those done. Those are quicker. Those are smaller. I should be able to get 2 of those done, maybe. And I would like to finish the beaver. So maybe not. So I will for sure get the cow done today. And I would like to for sure get the beaver done today. Those beavers take me forever. I use Bernette Velvet, and it just takes way longer. I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. So I am going to attempt to get that done today so I can get that order out, and then maybe I'll finish the astronaut tonight too. I only have to sew on like the earpieces to the astronaut, and that only leaves me with the rocket left. And I don't technically have to get the rocket done until next weekend. So, yeah. So today, for sure. Get the cow done. Get the beaver done. Maybe get the astronaut done. We'll see how far I get. Have a good day. Good morning and happy Friday. We made it through the week. It's been a rough one. So I definitely did not get done what I wanted to yesterday. And I made a lot more work for myself for this weekend. So we'll see. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But to start off with, we'll go over what we made this week. We made the beaver, which I showed you yesterday, and we made the Della Duck, which I also showed you on Wednesday. Those were super cute. That beaver could be the death of me. I have one more to make, and I don't know that I'll ever make it again. I don't like it. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't like it. So now we have one order left. I did finish the astronaut, and I have a rocket to do for that order to be complete. So I did get the astronaut done. She loves it. Sent her a picture. And then earlier this week, I finished this cute dino Lovey. I used Safety Eyes on this one. And then I used Burnett for both. It's looking a little greener, a different shade. It is green, but it's a greener green in person. And then I used, honestly, I don't know what the color is. I had the tag off of it, so I couldn't tell you. But for this, but both of them were Burnett blanket yarns. And then yesterday we did get one thing we said we were going to get done. Actually, we got two things we said we were going to get done. So I guess we made at least a little bit of progress. But we made this cow lovey, which I guess we're not done because I still need to embroider the eyes. And I made this cute astronaut, which is made out of acrylic and was a pain. But hold on, my mother-in-law is here. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I have the sweetest mother-in-law ever. She was driving by she was heading back home. She went to town. Anyway, and she stopped by to give me a hug. She's so sweet. So, back to all the fun stuff. So yeah, pretty much this week I just made those 5 things, unfortunately. We have a lot more to do. A lot. Today I want to make at least 2 Della ducks and continue working on that other beaver, which I did work on it last night too. That other beaver's for my mother-in-law, by the way. Anyways, so as promised, I'm going to show you what I currently have for my upcoming markets. Let me just clip this lovely thing to me. So starting with my smaller items, I have these scrunchies. These are the only colors I have left. I might make some more. I didn't realize I was so low. I might make some more for this market. I might not. I might just say this is what I got. We'll see. I would like to do more like medium-sized things, I think. So we'll probably be good with this. We have this little beaver guy. So cute. This is the little one. And then we made a bigger one. Let's see if we can find him. Here's the bigger one. So we have these 2 cute mama baby beavers. And then we have some chickens. So I have 5 of these left. I have 3 of these brown ones and 2 of these like pinkish mauvey colored ones left. And then I have their babies. I think I only have this color left. So I think I have 3 of this color left because I sold 1 at my market and then I sold 2 this week. I might have to make more of these because these were a big hit, but everybody was commenting on them. Not that everybody bought them, but we'll see. We'll see. So I have this little guy. Probably only 3 of those left. And then I have this big one. I only have 1 of these. I'm probably not going to make any more of these. These seem to be the like sweet spot on like price wise. So we have these baby options. Okay, and then we have, do we only have 4? I thought we had 5. We have 4 or 5 of these axolotls. They're so cute. This is from Jenna Noso pattern book that she just released. This is hers. So it's super cute. Got a lot of attention, but none of them sold at my last market. But like I said, my last market was kind of just a dud in general. So, oh, I did have 5. A green one too. So cute. And then we have I made one dragon. Cute. This one's also from that same. I used velvet yarn. It would work up way bigger and obviously any different yarn besides velvet. Like even if I use the same yarn that I used for the axolotls, it would have came out bigger. And that was the Yarn Bee, like Chanel from Hobby Lobby. I made this dino as well, just one. Can't have a market without some octopuses. These are like literally, I've had these for years. I've never, obviously that was my first market. These are like some of the first things I ever learned how to crochet, but I throw them in there. If they don't sell, they don't sell, whatever. And then we have these two little axolotls. Okay, look at the difference. So this was the same pattern, but this is with velvet and this is with that Yarn Bee. So yeah, just imagine how big that dragon could be. Cute. Might have to make one, but we have other goals first. Anyways, I made two of those. I made one of these dragons. This was a free pattern. No, this wasn't a free pattern. This pattern I got off Etsy. I will link it below because I can't remember who it's by. Okay, so we have 6 of these leggy frogs. 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 of these leggy frogs. I thought I had 6. It could be in my tote down here. We really don't know. All right, and then I have these stingrays. Oops. Have them in 3 different colors. I have 6 of them total, 2 of each color. And then we have this cute frog with the bubble butt. I think these are so cute. I have 5 of these. I have 2 pigs. They're so cute. I got these out of the Jenna's No Sew Market Make pattern book. I made 3 of these also out of that pattern book, but this is with loops and threads yarn, kind of variegated. They turned out cute. I think I like this one or this one the best, honestly, but I have 3 of these. And then I made 2 different cows. Also made it out of the velvet yarn, and it is another pattern out of my book by Jenna. I made one of these cute little bunnies. This was a free pattern off of Instagram. I made these cute. They're so cute. I love these. I might have to make this with like different yarns so they're bigger because I think these would be a total hit. But this was also a free pattern off of Instagram. Who was it? I'll have to link it below. I have them all saved, but I can't remember who it was. I have 5 of those. I also have 5 of these cute little bees. This one's face is a little crooked. It's okay. He's so cute. This was also a free pattern off of Instagram, so I'll link that below as well. And then I made these cute chubby axolotls. I made them with the loops and threads. This is another free pattern I got off of Instagram. It actually worked up really cute. It would work up obviously way bigger with any other yarn besides loops and threads, but I loved this variegated yarn and I figured I'd try it. So I have 6 of these. I feel like you could give these the cute butt too. That's like a total in thing right now. I made 1 mushy boy. Here are some more random octopuses. I probably won't make any more of these. They really don't tend to sell for me, like online, I guess in a market. I don't know. They didn't sell last time. And honestly, I have all sorts of different sizes of them. I don't even know how many I have. We will have to recount that. But all sorts. And then we have 2 random turtles that I made last time. Super cute. And this is my strawberry turtle. She didn't get any love. I was really surprised. We made 1 ladybug. I love this pattern actually. Actually, I made 2. I think one of them sold. I lied, it's in the bucket. It did not sell. I made 2 of these. They're really cute. Little ladybugs. Nobody really loved them. I made this cute little bear. This I also used out of loops and thread. I'm going to try and make a few more of these, but I'm going to use some of this Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee yarn, I think. And they'll be bigger. So, and then I made 3 of these Tank the Turtles with the different backpacks and the big old booties. Oh, so cute. Look at the butt. Okay. And this one's this turtle back. So those are like, oh, I lied. I have more. Then I made these 2. This was also a free pattern on Instagram. I tried to find it again and I can't find it. So I'm going to look for it. I think these would be great. Maybe with different yarn. Make them bigger, better. I just love small things. I think they're so cute. Anyway, on to the next. I made a few of these wristlets. I made 4, I believe. Yes, I made 4 of these wristlets. And then I made 2 lanyards. I have the same colors for, they're done. I just need to put them together. So maybe that'll be on my to-do list. But I got these 2 colors. And then for my bigger size plushies, I have not a ton. So I have this little stingray. Cute. I could probably make another one of these. Should I make another one of these? What do you think? I have a purple hippo, which I need to do a TikTok for somebody that requested this purple hippo actually. So it's cute. It is really cute. And then I also made, I made this piggy with its little ears and its tail. Excuse me. These were a huge hit, and like everybody commented on them. Everybody said they wanted one, and nobody bought it. But these are my Sleepy Goose. I have them for $25. I really don't feel like that's bad. Like, I was just shopping yesterday, and you can't even get like this kind of stuff at Walmart anymore for $25. Like, no. So I'm leaving it. If they don't want it, they don't have to have it. And then my ballerina bunny. I actually just realized I need to add her straps. So we'll do that. We haven't done that. But she is precious. She is precious. I love her, actually. I really do. She's so cute. And then last is this mermaid. I absolutely love these. These sell so great for me. Like on my Facebook page, I think I've sold 3 of them now, and they were all by the same person, but no, they weren't. 2 of them were by the same person, but I love them. Everybody commented on her. Her hair takes me forever to do. I think it took me like 2 hours for just her hair and sewing her head on, probably 2.5. Like sewing it onto her head, I should say. Probably 2.5 hours. Was not my favorite, but this is kind of a mess. It was not very organized or put together, but you get the gist. This is what I already have for my market. I do actually have some flowers and some hanging car charms. I don't know exactly where they're at, but I have them. I need to find them. Okay, I'm so excited. I decided, as I'm shopping yesterday, that I want to add some things to my booth. Obviously, we're working on that, but I want to make a checkout stand. That I've seen so many cute setups, and I have a lot of indoor markets coming up. Potentially, I've applied for quite a few. We'll see if I get in or if I want to spend that money on a booth. But so anyways, I'm going to make my checkout stand, and that's one of the things I want to do this weekend. And then I ordered a grid wall for my lovies, and that's why I got to get going on these lovies. So the big thing I want to work on, my main thing, are my lovies. So we are going to today work tonight. I'm on my lunch break right now, but tonight we want to work on making some Della ducks, and my goal is to at least get 2 done. That's not a very steep goal. We're being realistic today. We're going to get 2 Della ducks done today. They really don't take me that long. But we're going to do it. We're going to get them done. So we are going to get 2 Della ducks done. I actually, when I was out shopping yesterday, bought some stuff to make a mallard duck, Della duck, for the boys. So I'm also going to try and maybe get one of those done tonight as well. That'd be cool. But we're going to just start with the Della ducks. At least 2 of them. 2 Della ducks. We can do it. Have faith. So we're going to get 2 Della ducks done today. Goal. Okay. You guys have a great Friday. And I am going to end it here, and we will start again next week. I hope you follow along for more and enjoy my channel.